This one is 10 times longer than your standard ankle-biting mosquito. Now it's displayed at the Museum of West China located in Chengdu. Number 9. The biggest boar. Watch out, Hogzilla! No, really. The world's largest boar is dubbed Hogzilla and was discovered on June 17, 2004. Shot by a hunter, this boar supposedly weighed a massive 1,000 pounds, with a length of over 12 feet long. The hunter, Chris Griffin, gave the boar to the forensic scientists in charge of a documentary of National Geographic. After the photo circulated, it was widely speculated to be a hoax though. However, the data given by the hunter was slightly fraudulent, with National Geographic confirming that the boar only weighed 800 pounds, with a length of 7 to 8 feet. Speaking of hog hoaxes and rumors, there's another set of photos circulating that make Hogzilla look like a toddler. Photos began circulating around a few months ago, showing a massive boar with a resting height of a kneeling man. Since the photos and story came out, the Russian hog has been dubbed as the King Kong hog. Number 10. The largest snail. You may have recently seen a viral video of a snail the size of a small cat. You may have recently seen a viral video of a snail the size of a small house cat used as a house pet, and we can confirm that the snail in that video is 100% real. This species of snail is well known, despite being somewhat newly discovered. According to the Guinness World Records, the largest snail is the African giant snail, measuring over 15 inches in total with a shell length of 10.75 inches. Released to the public in the winter of 1978, it was said to be discovered in 1976 in Sierra Leone, dubbing it the African giant snail. Number 11. The largest ant. If you thought fire ants were incredibly frightening and painful, don't backpack to Honduras or Paraguay. Known as the bullet ant, this spider-like ant has one of the most painful and potent stings known to man. Living off humid lowlands and rainforests around South America, the bullet ant not only packs a punch, but measures more than an inch in diameter. The average lifespan of a bullet ant is up to 3 months, shorter than the average ant. A black garden ant from Asia has an average lifespan of 15 years, while a pharaoh ant only lives up to 1 year. As for your standard working ant, it can live 1 to 3 years, while the queen can live up to 30 years. Males don't last nearly as long though, and survive for only a few short weeks. Number 12. The largest bat. The name of the world's largest bat might confuse you, as it's known as the golden-crowned flying fox. This fruit bat is an extremely rare specimen located in the jungles of the Philippines. Reaching up to 4 feet in length with a wingspan of 6 feet, this plant-based megabat is unfortunately endangered. Boasting no tail, the giant golden-crowned flying fox is known to travel up to 25 miles during the night, as it's a nocturnal animal that prefers uninhabited areas. Number 13. The largest crocodile. Lolong was the world's largest crocodile in captivity, weighing more than 2,300 pounds and measuring over 20 feet in length. The monstrous Lolong was found in the Philippines on September 3, 2011. Many people are fascinated by things that are abnormally large. Isn't it amazing when you see something really huge and think to yourself, that's incredible? Sometimes some really big things you see, like those giant killer bees in Africa, can be really freaky when they are encountered. And no, this video isn't about blue whales or other giant animals. From the biggest butterfly, worms, rats, frogs, and even mosquitoes that will make you say, whoa! Because at first sight, you'll think these are small. Intrigued? Let's check them out. Number 1. The biggest jellyfish. Bodies of water are already inherently terrifying for the fear of the unknown, as well as what we do know of. While the megalodon doesn't exist anymore, the biggest jellyfish in the world still does. Known as the Cyanea capillata, the lion's mane jellyfish can grow longer than the average blue whale. In 1870, a lion's mane jellyfish was found off the coast of Massachusetts and measured a whopping 109.5 feet long. The body alone was over 6 feet, never mind the tentacles. We definitely wouldn't want to be stung by this guy. Number 2. The largest bird. In our elementary years, it was pretty common to learn the general rule that the wingspan of a person is equal to their height. And thankfully, that doesn't ring true for the wingspan of a bird, and surely not the wandering albatross. If this were the case, they would be over 12 feet tall. While the wandering albatross has an incredible wingspan of 10 to 12 feet, the now extinct Pelafornis sandersi had a wingspan of more than double that. Fun fact, the heaviest living bird on Earth is the ostrich, which averages out to be almost 250 pounds. However, the now extinct elephant bird was rumored to have weighed around 1,100 pounds and was completely flightless. Number 3. The biggest butterfly. And when we think of butterflies, our minds head straight to the stereotypical monarch butterfly. The gorgeous and distinct orange and black two-tone butterfly is iconic, but it surely isn't the biggest. Known as the Queen Alexandra, the biggest butterfly has a wingspan of approximately 1 foot and can be seen gracefully flying around the tropical rainforests in Papua New Guinea. Male Queen Alexandras are considerably smaller than the female, measuring a wingspan of 6 to 8 inches. Unfortunately, this gorgeous creature is endangered. Number 4. The largest frog. If you hear a thundering ribbit coming from a rainforest on a backpacking trip, you may have run into the monstrous Goliath frog. Unfortunately, the waterfalls they rump around in are not the cause of their size, so you shouldn't drink the water. Although the mere size of the Goliath frog makes you wonder how magical they would be in a fairy tale. Located near the equator in Africa, these waterfall-dwelling frogs can grow as large as a house cat. Growing up to 12.5 inches and more than 7 pounds, the male Goliath frogs wrestle other males to be able to breed with the ladies. After she is courted and mated with, she lays thousands of eggs in the male-made nest. Number 5. The largest bivalve. He couldn't feed and get full on the normal prey though, as this Lake Placid-like creature was the primary suspect in the disappearance of a local fisherman and a 12-year-old girl. The Guinness World Records hasn't found another in the 6 years since Lolong's passing. However, we aren't sure if that's good or bad. Number 14. The largest turtle. The leatherback sea turtle is a type of reptile known as the 4th heaviest, just below 3 different types of crocodiles. Known as the only living species within the Dermochelys genus, this bony-backed turtle can be found swimming in the open ocean and has been around in some form for the past 110 million years. Their flippers can reach whopping lengths of 9 feet, with their weight being around 850 pounds on average. They can last anywhere between 30 and 100 years. Thankfully, they don't tend to snap at people like their snapping turtle counterpart. Number 15. The largest crab. The Tasmanian king crab is not something you typically see in your local supermarket. Found in the United Kingdom more than 6 years ago, the Tasmanian king crab's claws measure around 1 foot in length. You don't want to get pinched by this big guy. The title of the largest crab ever goes to the Japanese spider crab though, with a leg span of more than 12 feet. The spider-like legs of the crab are enough to scare you off. Never mind the sheer size and power behind this crab. The average weight of the Japanese spider crab is around 42 pounds. A whole toddler-sized crab that could crush your wrists. Number 16. The largest fish. Did you know the largest fish in the world is actually a shark? Known as the whale shark, they can reach up to 33 feet in length and weigh around 41,000 pounds when they reach adulthood. The largest whale shark ever found reached an astonishing weight of 43,000 pounds and had a length of 37.95 feet. To put that into perspective, the largest whale shark weighed 21.5 tons, and the average Tyrannosaurus rex weighed only 6.4 tons. Number 17. The largest spider. We talked briefly about the Japanese spider crab. Now imagine how large the world's largest spider actually is. Found in Venezuela around April of 1965, the Theraphosa blondi measured around 11 inches in length. The non-scientific name of this spider is known as the Goliath bird-eating spider, and it could easily cover an entire dinner plate when it was found. Inhabiting coastal rainforests around Venezuela and Brazil, this spider has an average lifespan of 10 years and was first discovered in 1804. Number 18. The largest snake. We started this list with the world's largest worm. You didn't think we'd end this video without mentioning the largest snake, did you? While there's quite some controversy over which snake is the largest, the anaconda has officially taken the title in total body mass. The largest anaconda ever found measured more than 28 feet long and had a girth of 44 inches. That means the thickness of the anaconda can be compared to the length of a semi-trailer if it were laid out flat. The giant anaconda may have taken the title as king for total mass. The longest python to ever be found measured around 33 feet in length. Tough competition. Has this list made you a bit more cautious when planning your route for that dream backpacking trip you've always wanted to take? What are some other large animals you know of? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time. First thing you'll probably want to know is that a bivalve is a type of mollusk, and the largest is the giant clam. While they're only 4 feet in length, the giant clam can reach more than 500 pounds. While the giant shipworm beats the giant clam in length, it weighs far less. When you think of endangered species, you think of big cats or reptiles here on dry land. However, the giant clam is actually on that endangered list. So far, no other bivalve has beaten the clam in weight, although we aren't sure if we want to discover any more.
I'm happy to see you!
A fun fact, the giant clam provides protection against enemies in rough waters for the pea crab. Pea crabs are often found in oysters as tiny tan parasites, and many seafood lovers have found them while eating their clams. Number 6. The biggest worm. Don't worry, you won't have to call Kevin Bacon and ask for his help in defeating tremors, although we don't think you'll want to mess around with the giant Gippsland earthworm. Measuring around 3.3 feet long on average, the giant Gippsland can grow almost 10 feet in length. Their accordion-like bodies can expand, though causing them to appear much longer than they actually are. Native to Australia, this snake-like worm burrows in small colonies within the grasslands. Since they have low reproduction rates, they're naturally extremely vulnerable to enemies. More recently, they've become exploited due to the booming tourist industry and local Karmai festival. Because of this, their conservation status is unfortunately endangered. Number 7. The biggest rat. Known as the Bosavi woolly rat, this was yet another large species found in the jungles of Papua New Guinea, more specifically at the volcanic crater of Mount Bosavi. The discovery of the rat is still quite new, being found only 10 years ago. Without in-depth scientific information, even the name is still tentative. The one Bosavi woolly rat found measured 32 inches in length and roughly 3.3 pounds. They also didn't show any fear towards the BBC TV crew who found them. Number 8. The biggest mosquito. We wouldn't want to be in southwest China during the summer months with the world's biggest mosquito running amok. Measuring more than 4 inches in diameter, this mosquito was discovered by Zhao Li when they were inspecting a field at Qingcheng Mountain. After he conducted immense research, it was concluded that this was indeed the biggest mosquito. While 4 inches may not seem like a lot, let's put it into perspective against the average mosquito.